My message this morning for the sunrise service is something that Chris and I came across a long time ago. It is a dialogue message, and it takes a prayer that we will say together after this dialogue. But it takes it to a different place. It changes a little bit. Pastor Lisa and I are going to share this with you this morning. So you know our prayer starts off. Our Father, which art in heaven.
Yes?
Don't interrupt me, I'm praying.
But you called me.
What do you mean? I didn't call you. I'm just praying. Our Father, which art in heaven.
There, you did it again.
What do you mean, did what?
You called me. You said, Our Father, which art in heaven. Here I am. What's on your mind?
Well, what do you mean, what's on my mind? I didn't mean anything by it. I was just, just saying the prayers for the day. I always say the Lord's Prayer. It just makes me feel good. Kind of like, oh, I got my duty done for the moment.
All right. Go on then.
Okay. Hallowed be thy name.
Hold it. What do you mean by that?
Oh, now, come on. What do you mean? By what?
By hallowed be thy name.
Well, it means... Good grief, I don't know what it means. How should I know? It's just part of the prayer. By the way, what does it mean?
It means honored, holy, wonderful.
Oh, well, that makes sense. I never quite thought of it, that hallowed thing might be. Okay. Well, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven.
Do you really mean that?
Oh, here we go. What do you mean? Sure, why not?
Well, what are you doing about it?
What do you mean doing about it? Well, nothing, I guess. I mean, I just think it would be kind of neat if you would take control of everything. After all, it is your world. You made it all. And you got us down here and you're up there.
Have I got control of you?
Oh, now look. Now, come on. I'm involved in district and conference committees. I attend endless meetings. I go to annual conference, school for ministry. I attend other church things. Just last April, I spent a whole Saturday doing dishes and cleaning up after a great pork chop supper.
That isn't what I asked you. What about that habit you have of carrying a grudge? And how about your bad temper? You've really got a problem there, you know. And then there's the way you spend your money, all on yourself. And what about the kind of TV and movies you watch?
Now, come on! You're just taking this too far. Stop picking on me. I'm just as good as anybody else around here.
Excuse me? I thought you were praying for my will to be done. If that is to happen, it will have to start with the ones who are praying for it. Like you, for example.
All right, I suppose. I guess I do have to change some things. There's a little bit I could work on, I suppose, now that you mention it. I could probably name a few things, others too, I suppose.
So could I.
Oh, now come on, I haven't thought about it that much. I mean, but I really would like to cut out some of those things. I mean, I would like to, to really be free.
Now we're getting somewhere. We'll work together, you and I. Some victories can truly be won. I'm proud of you, Ken.
Well, now look, Lord, I need to finish up here. We've got other things to do today. This has taken a lot longer than it usually does. Give us this day our daily bread.
You need to cut out the bread. You're a little overweight as it is.
Now wait just a minute. What is this, criticize me day? I was doing my religious duties, and all of a sudden you break in and remind me of my sins.
Yes, did you know praying is a dangerous thing? You could wind up changed, you know. And that's what I'm trying to get across to you. You called me, and here I am. It's too late to stop now. Keep on praying. I'm interested in the rest part of your story, the prayer. Well, go on. What are you waiting for?
Oh, I'm not so sure I want to. I'm a little bit scared right now.
What are you scared of?
Well, I know what you're going to say.
Try me and see.
All right. Forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us.
What about Bill?
Oh, see, I knew it. I just knew you'd bring him up. Why, Lord? He told lies about me. He tried to ruin my name and my career, my honor.
But your prayer. What about your prayer?
Well, I'm not really sure I really meant about Bill.
Well, at least you're honest. But it's not much fun carrying the load of bitterness around inside you, is it?
Oh, not really, but I'll feel better as soon as I get even with him. Boy, have I got some plans for him. He'll never knew what hit him. He'll wish he never really knew me.
Do you know you won't feel any better? You'll actually feel worse. Revenge really isn't that sweet. Think of how unhappy you already are. But I can change all that.
You can? How?
Forgive Bill. When you forgive Bill, then I'll forgive you. The hate and sin will be Bill's problem and not yours. You may lose a little bit of your pride, but you have settled it all in your heart.
But Lord, you really don't understand how deeply he hurt me. I can't forgive Bill.
Then I can't forgive you.
You know, I guess you're right. You always are. The more and more than I want to take revenge on Bill, I guess I do want to be right with you. All right, I will forgive him. Help me and help him to find the right road in life, Lord. He's bound to be awfully miserable right now, and that I think about. Anybody who goes around doing the things that he does, there must be a lot of pain that he carries, I suppose. Some way, somehow, help him and help me. Show him the right way.
There, that's wonderful. How do you feel?
Well, not so bad, I guess. Not bad at all, I suppose. In fact, I feel a bit better. It's pretty great. I don't think I'll have to go to bed so uptight tonight for the first time. Maybe I can get some really rest. Maybe I won't be so tired in the morning from now on. Maybe I can actually get some real rest.
You're not through with your prayer, though.
Yeah. All right. You're right. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
Good, good. I'll do that. Just don't put yourself in a place where you can be tempted.
What do you mean by that?
Well, quit sitting around with those friends who continue to blame and criticize other people. Change some of your friendships. That might help. Some of your so-called friends are beginning to change you. They'll have you totally involved in their petty, destructive actions before long. And don't be fooled by them. They advertise that they're having fun, but for you, it could be ruin. And don't use me for an escape.
I don't fully understand.
Sure you do. You've done it a lot of times. You get caught up in a bad situation, you get into trouble, and then you come running to me. Lord, help me out of this mess, and I'll promise you I'll never do it again. Do you remember some of those bargains you've tried to make with me?
Well, yeah, I do remember some of them. Lord, I really am.
Which bargain are you remembering?
Well, when I told Bill I couldn't go to that district event and with him because I didn't feel well, later on he saw me at Walmart with Krista and the girls. I remember telling you, Lord, help me to think of a good explanation that Bill would accept. If you do, I'd help, with something. I'm not really sure.
And he was very understanding, wasn't he? But what about the promise you made? Did you keep it?
Well, I did, didn't I?
But you didn't want to. Something about not wanting to embarrass yourself.
Yeah, I'm really sorry, Lord. I really am. Up until now, I thought that if I just prayed the Lord's Prayer every day and mentioned a few extra things, then I could just go on doing pretty much whatever I wanted to. And I didn't expect anything to happen like it did.
Okay, well, go ahead. Finish your prayer.
For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Do you know what would bring me glory? What would really make me happy?
Well, no, not really, but I'd like to know, I suppose. At least I think. I want to please you. I can see what a mess I've made of my life. I can see how good it would be to really be one of your followers.
Then you just answered the question.
I did?
Yes. The thing that would bring me glory is to have people like you truly love me. And I see that happening between us. I really love you. Now, that some of these old sins are exposed and out of the way, well, there's no telling what we could do together.
Lord, let's see what we can make of me. Shall we? Okay?
Yes, let's see.
Thought about this? These kinds of things? The behavior and actions that we do from day to day? Today's a special day for us in church. The prayers that we say, we are actually talking to our Creator, our God, our King. We are actually talking with Him. What if we get a response? An actual response. We do have to give and to forgive Bill. For you, it's going to be another name, another person, another set of persons, perhaps. This is a day of resurrection, a day of transformation, a day of change. This is radically different than anything else we've ever experienced within the church. God is serious when God asks us to change ourselves. To be born again is to be born again in the Spirit and to act and to live out and to be an entirely different person than we used to be. To be transformed in how we think, how we act, how we live together. It's not always going to be easy, but He is with you. And we are together on this journey. Each of us have our own individual challenges. Each of us have our own individual reasons or excuses to give to why we're not going to live or change this or that. And yet God, as hopefully this little dialogue showed, was going to continually challenge us to make that change, though, because it is necessary. So the next time you are in prayer, next time you are thinking about prayers and thoughts and walking with God, think about the depth of the change that is necessary. As I said, the crucifixion is unfortunately something that we as human beings can get our minds wrapped around, because we have seen, perhaps we've even experienced the cruelty of humanity. humanity. But the resurrection, that is really hard to wrap our heads around in our hearts. And the way we can best do it, in my opinion, is through the church. Because it's been good to be the church and to act differently within the church and outside of the church. To truly be the people that believe within their hearts and souls that He is risen. Ah, you're asleep. Let's try that one again. He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
You see? The dialogue, remember, sometimes God's going to actually answer you back. And you will hear that still small voice speaking to you, calling to you, and reminding you of what and who you are, a follower of Christ Jesus. You are different now because of His life given for you. You are different now because of this day when the disciples and all those folks went running to the tomb, expecting to find everything as it was before, and yet it was not. It has been changed. Next time, next test, here it comes. He is risen.
He is risen indeed.
There you go. Now, we will say together the Lord's Prayer. But hopefully, as Pastor Lisa and I shared with you, perhaps in this little dialogue, perhaps think of it differently, not just something that we repeat in a rote kind of behavior, not pay any attention to what we're saying and what we're praying. Think about these words. Help them enter into your heart and soul. Let us continue with our Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever.